Hello friends, so in this video I'm going to give my opinion about what rifle scopes are actually worth buying, and not to get confused in these days where there are, I think, thousands of scopes available at Cabela's, Bass Pro, Amazon, any online dealer or your local shop. So let's get into it quickly. So choosing a rifle scope is not about what you want, it's about what is the application. So if you are a guy who has just one rifle for hunting, so then I will advise you in a different way. But let's start with a rifle scope for each application or different types of hunting. So I divide rifle scopes into four main categories. So first category is stalking, which is, I think, which is my favorite type of hunting. For that purpose, I usually pick up a lightweight rifle and a lightweight scope, which has like a general magnification range, nothing very specific. So for that type of rifle, now ignore the rifles on the table, because some of the rifle on the top is a Tikka T1X, but I'm going to show you that scope and recommend that scope for stalking. Also mind that I'm not asking you to buy any of these specific rifle scopes. We are discussing what size, what magnification range is best suited for that purpose. So for stalking, a lightweight rifle is recommended, like from me at least. I'm not the person who would carry 9, 10, 11 pound rifle, so I will try to keep it under 8 pounds, a sensible weight and a sensible size. So the first rifle scope that I will recommend is something that has 40 to 42 millimeter 40 to 42 millimeter objective, and lower magnification I will prefer something under 2, so that in case you have close shots, you can take them. And then on the upper end, I will recommend you to go for 8, 9, or at least, if possible, then 10x. Now this type of rifle scope basically covers all the bases, close range shots, mid range shots, and mid to high range shots too. So I am not a type of hunter who falls into long range hunting. I personally don't like that type of hunting. I think it's not hunting, it's literally sniping. Hunting is when you stalk an animal, get close to it, experience the nature and the behavior of the animal. And long range hunting, I think, is just you are just waiting for something to show up and you just try to take a shot at it. So I think it's less skill is required. Okay, more of the shooting skills is required, but not much of stalking or hunting skills are required for that type of hunting. So don't get me wrong, everybody has a different choice, whatever floats your boat. I don't like long range hunting, so I try to get as close as possible to the animal. So the first category, once again, was stalking rifle, 42 millimeter objective lens, recommended magnification under 2, which could be 1.2, 1.5, and in this case we have 1.7. You can have, if you are budget minded, you can go with anything 2 to 10, 2 to 8. A lot of companies make that kind of scope. If you have a mid budget, so you can go with Miapta 1.7 to 10. If you can go a little bit higher, Leica 1.5 to 10, which is the best scope for this purpose. Leica Magnus 1.5 to 10 by 42. Here we have Swarovski Z6i 1.7 to 10 by 42. If your budget is unlimited, I will suggest you to go with Swarovski Z8i 1.72, I think it's 13.2 or 13.3, something like that, by 42. Excellent scope, but it's $3,000. I will not shell that kind of money for a hunting scope. I think if you have seen my previous videos, I'm trying to keep everything $2,000 and down. So second type of hunting, which is like running game, like wild boars or I don't know, rabbits or something, where you have to, chase the animal and give it a lead and take a shot. For that type of hunting, a wide angle rifle scope is recommended. Now, wide angle rifle scopes usually means you will have 1x magnification at the lower end, you will have 4, 5, 6. These days it's 8 and even 10 available. 4 or 5x magnification scopes will be a little bit budget friendly. 6 and 8 will start getting in the upper range, and then 10 usually will be expensive. In this case, again, 1:6 by 24 is what we have on the table. This is a Swarovski Z6i. This is one of the best wide angle scopes I have seen so far. Actually, the only scope I would say, if I had the budget, I would go for is the Zeiss V8 1:10. Now, I'm not comparing glass or anything. These scopes are meant for you to mount this rifle to your, cheek, and you should have a wide view, and it should be very easy on the eye so that you can have both of your eyes open and take a quick shot. And then, because I think Zeiss V8 has a 36mm tube and 30mm objective lens, it's so easy to look through it. It's very, very comfortable if you don't have $2,800 in your budget. So you can buy a 1:6 scopes these days starting from $400 or $500 even. Something from Vortex will do, because in this case glass brightness or clarity will not come into play that much, because you might be hunting mostly during the daytime, and if you are hunting in the night, then small objective lens rifle scopes are not recommended. Most of your hunting will be during daytime, so objective lens size does not matter that much, but the wide field of view is the most sought after feature in such a rifle scope. All right, so for that, for 1:6, like I said, Vortex makes a couple of models. Then there is again Miapta 1:6, there is Zeiss V6, V4, V8s that I recommend, Swarovski Z6i, Z8i, and then there are some, there's some Miaptas. What else? Well, in this case, you can even go with some of the tactical type of scopes like Kahles 1:6 or Vortex Razor 1:6. That will be a little bit heavy, but does not make that much difference because you will not be carrying that rifle around too much. That will be like a static type of hunting mostly. All right, third type of hunting is low light hunting, like when it gets really, really dark, or you hunt in the woods, where even in the legal light, when it's legal light outside is bright if you are standing in the field, but when you are in the woods, then it gets dark, pretty early, you can say. So in that type of situation, I will recommend something that has, this is the only type of hunting where, I will say that you should go over 40 to 44mm objective size. So the example we have here is the new model of the Miapta Meostar R2 rifle scope. Now this is 2.5 to 15 by 56. Now people will say, oh, 56mm scopes are, huge, and they are, but they are not like, something that you cannot lug around. They are big compared to the other scopes, but you can still, use them in variety of situations. If you are using a lightweight hunting rifle, you can compensate the weight of a 56 millimeter objective, in that case. So low light scopes usually have 50 or 55, 56 millimeter objective. I think Zeiss these days has a 60 millimeter objective as well. These scopes usually they start at 2.5 magnification and they go to either 10 or 15, like 2.5 to 10 or 2.5 to 15 by 56, or 2 to 12 by 50, something in that range. So they are usually between 2 and 3x and at the bottom end, and 12 to 15 at the upper end. Now these scopes, because they have bigger exit pupil, they will uh, they will let more light into the scope, and then you can hunt pretty late in the night. Now mind it, scopes on the two rifles above that you see, if you crank the magnification all the way down and you bring the exit pupil, which is objective size divided by the magnification. If you bring that number close to 5 or 6, in any of those scopes, like for example, the 1 to 6 by 24, if you keep it between 1 and 4, you still have exit pupil that is between 11 millimeter and then 6 millimeter at the smaller size, so that will become bright, right, compared to if you are using that at 6x where the exit pupil becomes 4 millimeter. And same way the 42 millimeter rifle scope, if you keep the magnification between 7 and 8, and that means the exit pupil will become 5, 6, 7, something like that, and then that scope can also hunt in the low light situations. Now, third type of scope I don't have here on the table. I'm still looking to buy that type of scope. Sorry, fourth type, my bad, fourth type of scope, which is, you can say, predator hunting, or something that where either the target is small or the range is a little bit on the higher side. And then in that case, few features that are required in that case are, for example, this scope has parallax adjustment. So a parallax adjustment is recommended in those types of scopes because your target is small and parallax might play some role while you are, in that type of hunting situation. So something that might have like a BDC reticle, or something that has dialing turrets, exposed turrets, and then parallax adjustment is must in those kind of scopes. So coyote hunting, if you're shooting woodchucks or something small, so that is the fourth type of scope. Now I prefer to have a simple reticle in all my rifle scopes. All these rifle scopes have a 4K or a 4AI kind of rifle scope, kind of reticle, where your stadia are like thick at the edges and they become finer in the center. So I will show you an example. So this is so something like this. I don't like this 4K reticle because this has a plus, illuminated plus in the middle, but something that has a simple dot, and then the steady are thick at the end and thin in the middle. This is the best type of reticle for hunting situation because it's clean. There's not too much going on, and your eyes are automatically drawn to the center of the reticle and the image, and you can take faster shots. And now let's talk about the magnification required for the predator hunting, or the fourth type of rifle scope that we're looking at. So usually the scopes that are meant for that type of shooting are 4 to 16 by 44 or 4 to 16 by 50, sometimes 3 to 12 or 3 to 18 by 50. What else? uh, sometimes they are even like, if you go with the higher end Swarovskis, uh, you can go from 2 to 16, and then uh, 3 to not 3 to 2.3 to 20 or something like that. So the lower end is between 2 and 4, and the higher end is between like 15 and 18x. um, Objective size is usually higher than 44, and between 44 and 56. And those rifle scopes might come with dialing turrets or a BDC reticle, so that because you will be shooting at uh, different ranges, from close to mid to higher ranges. So you will get all the tools that you need to switch between these different ranges. So example for such a scope, there's a Swarovski Z5, 3 to 3.5 to 18 by 44. There is uh, some vortex scopes. You can even go with like the vortex PST, uh, and then what else? Because again, this type of hunting, you are not walking a lot. You will be stationary at one point. You can even go with like tactical scopes. Uh, vortex razor 4.5 to 27 by 56, or 6, even if even high, crazy high range like 6 to 24 by 56 might work in this in this kind of application. And uh, I'm not sure, because I don't have such kind of scope yet. I don't know if the animals stand and wait for you until you figure out your BDC radical, or range the animal and then dial your turrets. I don't think so. That type of hunting, I have that much patience, because for me, I use the maximum point blank range of a cartridge. And I just like to put the crosshair right in the middle of the animal and take the shot, whether it will hit 2 inches over and 2 inches below my aiming point. The animal will be dead regardless. So that's my type of hunting. So I'm not sure whether I will ever buy that 4 type of scope. That's why I don't have it yet. I'm debating. uh, and then I always go for simple reticles, so I'm not sure how comfortable I will be with the BDC reticle. But it's your choice, whatever floats your boat. But in this video, I just wanted to say that broadly there are 4 categories. Don't get confused. If you are just a deer hunter and you don't go coyote hunting or woodchuck hunting, just go with a simple 1.5 to 6 or 1.5 to 10, something low. I would suggest for any type of big game hunting, your low end magnification should be below 2x, preferably 1.2 or 1.5, and upper end 10x will get you whatever you want to do with that rifle scope. uh, I think with 10x magnification, you can easily shoot 3, 4, maybe 500 yards, even if it's a big game animal. And for deer, you can easily shoot it to 300 yards easily. I never shot beyond 300-400 yards. So in at the range, or even in a hunting situation. So I cannot comment that out of my experience. But yes, that's the broad type of rifle scopes that I can tell you. And then the last one is the all-purpose general type of hunting scope. That one again is the one on the top, 42 millimeter objective, under 2x at the lower end, like over 7, 8, preferably 10x, or even if you have the money, 13x, like the Swarovski Z8i. That is the best scope, all around scope you can put on any type of rifle. It will be lightweight, it will be bright enough at the lower magnifications, and it will you can use that as rifle scope in any application. If you are a type of hunter who only uses one rifle for all type of hunting, my suggestion is to look for Leica Magnus 1.5 to 10, Swarovski Z6i 1.7 to 10, Miapta 1.7 to 10 by 42, or the Z8i, Swarovski Z8i 1.7 to 13 point whatever, 13.3, whatever that scope is. Guys, let me know if you have any questions. That's all we have for today, and soon I will be making separate videos for all the products that you are seeing in my recent videos. So each binocular, each rifle scope or a rifle, you will see individual videos. Thank you.